Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Sounhound AI. I am looking at the shares outstanding. Let's go over the shares outstanding and the changes that have happened over the course of the past couple of years. You'll notice down here, May 11th, 2022, they had 196.50 million outstanding shares. And they slowly diluted here and there, a couple million here and there. And then we got into in 2023, January 27, 2023, we had 200 million in outstanding shares. And they slowly dilute. You'll notice January 2023, May, then June, August, like almost every month it seems they dilute a little bit. But you'll notice between May 11th and November and December 31st of 2022, they only diluted about what 4 million. But then between January 27, 2023 and December 2023, we diluted a nice healthy 25% because it went from 200 million to 250 million. So there was so that's an extra 50 million in shares outstanding added. So that's 25%. Easy maths right there. So that's just something to keep in mind that they increased they started diluting more as we moved forward. Yeah. So the data only goes back as far as April 28th. But you'll notice like it just stayed in the 190s and eventually hit the 200 towards the end of the year in 2022. Going into 2024, we actually had way more dilution, maybe because of the run up. But you'll notice, like I said, we got a 25% increase in shares outstanding in 2023. So in 2024, January 3rd, they diluted a million. And then, then they had the big dilution here. You'll notice something interesting. In January, in the first 2 months of this year alone, they diluted from 255 to 309. So what is that? 54 million? Let's just round it. That's 50. Let's just round it down. 50 million. They diluted 50 million just in the first 2 months of this year, when it took them a whole year to dilute in 2023. So it's interesting to look at the charts for the outstanding shares because it can tell a story. And so far, what we're seeing is a stock that has been increasing their dilution. Whether this is a one-off, and we know they're going to dilute more, that's for sure. But whether it's a one-off or if it's going to continue this pattern of increasing their dilution as time goes by, well, only time will tell now, right? We need more data. Unfortunately, we don't have much data, but that's a change in the pattern. There's small amounts of dilution, okay, whatever, no big deal. And then, okay, it took them a year to dilute 50 million, but then just in the first 2 months of this year, they diluted, they diluted what they diluted in a year. So in 2 months. So it's interesting to look at this. Um, Other than that, probably just keep an eye on how much they dilute over the course of this year. If we see a huge, I wouldn't be surprised if they dilute more than 100 million. That would double that of last year's because they already did 50 million anyways, right? So that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see a company constantly diluting over and over and over again, and not only diluting over and over again, but exponentially increasing it by 25% every year. Like, hey, this year we diluted 50%. We only diluted 50 million, but next year we're going to dilute, 150 million, and then next year 300 million, and then it just keeps increasing. You don't want to see that. Ideally, you want to see the reverse, right? It comes back down, but it's not bad. It's nothing to worry about. Just to be clear, I just like looking at this information for your sake and my sake too, because I need to know, okay, how much are these people diluting? Are they going to dilute how much more? But let's look at the chart here. So yeah, the outstanding shares, it's not concerning. It's not. But over time, keep an eye on how that moves. Let's look at the daily here. I was talking about this in one of my videos. My stock market watch this video. We are looking for a breakout above 450. If it breaks 450, we're going to 5. If we break 5, we're going to 5 plus. That is what's happening right now. Okay, so we bottomed out down here at 362. That's cool. This is what we've been waiting for since what? Since mid-March. Yeah, since mid-March, since it started this downtrend. It took what? It took a month for this to finally bottom out somewhere, thankfully. Now we need to keep this consistent trend. Let me show you that right here. We need to keep a consistent, higher high and higher low. As long as it continues doing that, we're good. So what we want to see is this. It retests it, it breaks down, and then it creates a higher high here, and maybe we go to 5 plus. So so look for the breakout. Look at Nvidia. Nvidia, if it breaks out on Monday, for sure expect Soundhound. As long as there's nothing catastrophic happening in the world, as long as Soundhound doesn't drop some negative news, I would look for the breakout, and that's what I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing the breakout on Monday. Whether it's a day trade or swing trade, we'll see. More than likely a day trade, but I'll be looking for that breakout. If that breakout happens, there's going to be opportunity to make about 50 cents to $1 per share. So what is that, like 20%, somewhere around there? Yeah, around 20%, not 25%, but around 20% gains if it goes to $5 from there. Obviously, if you bought in cheaper and you're still holding, yeah, I mean, continue to hold as long as it doesn't break down and then go lower and retest. We're good. So that's your update on Soundhound. It took a month. It's unfortunate that it takes forever for these stocks to bleed down. I would prefer just a big red bar. Just everyone just sell already and let's get the show on the roll. Let's start climbing. And here we are. We're climbing. Slow and controlled like it is here. Look at this. See, it bottomed out here and slow and controlled slowly but surely started climbing higher and eventually had that big breakout here. So that's what I'm watching for. Patterns tend to repeat themselves in the market. That's just how it is, right? You look at the pattern; it goes up and then it comes down, goes up, then it comes down. It really on the down part. That's just when you have to be patient, and you also have to be patient when you're holding. If you're swing trading, so it sucks to sell too soon, right? But if you're day trading, obviously just play the breakout, get in and get out at the end of the day with your profits, because it should have a nice green, strong green candle close like this one or even this one, something like that is what we're looking for. Okay, those are my thoughts. I could be wrong. Maybe we explode on. Yeah, we explode as in there's a nuke that drops and then we're all dead. I don't know. You just never know what's gonna happen with what's going on in the world. But overall, I think we're going higher. And I know some of you are bagged at 5 plus, so don't worry. We'll come back up. It really does take a long time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.